Last Thursday, I had organized a small demonstration with my friends in SLO. Earlier that night, a man had yelled at our group that we don't belong here in SLO, and if we don't like it, we should leave and go to Chicago where we belong. 2 hours later, he intentionally targeted us, came back in his car, and tried to end our peaceful protest by driving his vehicle into our group, hitting me and my mother. We were on the sidewalk. That was here. Had my white mom not been there to shelter me, I have no doubt in my mind that he would have tried to run me over. Everybody loves to point the blame and say, San Luis is such a nice community. It's so beautiful. There's so much opportunity here. But you know what we lack? We lack diversity. We lack growth. We lack community, and it's suffocating. I feel every day in this town like I can't breathe. I am being suffocated. At the end of the day, I'm just a black girl dealing with racism, and I feel like I'm being exploited by my community at hand. That's all.
I've been representing the coast my whole entire life. I even have a company called Connect the Coast. But this is the first time I've ever seen the coast show up for me, and I appreciate white people out here. I appreciate y'all. Because see, I'm just not wrong. It's hard out here as a black person. It's hard growing up as a black kid. Being one of the only black kids at your school is difficult. So I'm going to tell y'all some truths. I hope y'all rock with it. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah. Take a knee. All my people take a knee. Hold on, we're going to get this right. Hold on. There we go. Start me over, too. Start me over, too. Don't mind, we out here, it's all good. We don't usually have rap shows out here. This is the first, so y'all be patient with us. It's all good. If you can't hear the music, listen to my words. Yeah. Take a knee, take a knee. All my people take a knee. Cause they say this is the land of the free. We keep dying at the hands of police. Give me justice, there won't be any peace. Take a knee, yeah, take a knee. They keep telling me that freedom isn't free. Guarantee that all my people pay the fee. So we scream and give us death for liberty. Oh, it's all about the feds. We love the feds. All these niggas on their knees is disrespect. Color people disobeying, that's a threat. Shut your mouth, just play the game and catch your check. First Amendment, free speech. Free speech. Fuck the Trump administration, need speech. Tell the Donald he can suck it like a beach. This one here for all the dreamers and the goals that can't reach. Take a knee. All my people take a knee. Cause they say this is the land of the free. We keep dying at the hands of police. Give me justice, there won't be any peace. All my people take a knee. Take a knee. Yeah. Take a knee. All my people, take a knee. Yeah. Take a knee. Take a knee. I appreciate that, y'all. Because he's not the reason this is happening, but he's a symptom of the system, and he's throwing a lot of gas on the fire. So hear what I'm saying, especially if you support him out here, because I've seen those flags on your lawns. Let's not front. Trump man, fuck it, Donald Trump man.
FDT!
You know that Republican is up to something. Don't vote for the pumpkin, don't vote for the pumpkin. Peace to Martin Luther, peace to Mrs. Tubman, yeah. If you vote for Trump, you probably a fascist. Maybe you were racist, definitely classist. Took this from the homies out in Calabasas. to raise a glass and tell the truck to kiss our asses, yeah. Baby black tonight is up at their conventions, whoa. Then they tweet that all lives matter in their mentions, whoa. Probably in the KKKKKK on the low. GTOFHB OMG, he gotta go. Trump man, he's so out of order. He don't want no immigrants across the border. I don't fuck with him and I don't like his daughter. This is 4th and 12, we in the final quarter. Donald Trump for real, man, tell me what we doing. Y'all got that Obama would leave us in ruin. Donald couldn't even keep a talk show.
Doing foster care and I had a black baby with me, I was treated differently than when I would walk into a store by myself or with my family. So I have been experiencing that for 20 years. So I'm here with you, letting you know that I understand you and I really appreciate your support here and showing up. I decided to come here, and it's a weird juxtaposition, isn't it? The rapper, and then I'm up here, I'm a Christian preacher. But we're all here to support. It's different talking about something and then showing up when it matters. I'm here because I care that George Floyd was a valuable human being. And when I see him, I wonder what I would do if that was my son or if that was my husband. And that is the kind of compassion that has drawn us here today. I'm here because as a Christian, God's love compels me to speak out and to stand up for injustice. I recently posted an article on my Facebook, and I hope, especially for those of you who are Asian Americans here, that you will go and read that article. An article that says, how Asians can perpetuate anti-black racism. Now, why did I post that? Because many of my friends on Facebook are Asian, and I want them to read it and acknowledge that there is a different way that they act toward blacks. And once that acknowledgement happens, then there can be remorse, then there can be change. If one of my friends just goes on and reads that list and acknowledges and makes a change, that I will have made a difference. Now I want to tell you a story. When I was in elementary school, I was bullied by a Hispanic girl, and this is not, I'm not trying to point anybody out or anything, so don't feel like I'm directing this towards you. This is just a story from my past. I was bullied by a Hispanic girl and a group of her black friends for no other reason than that I was Asian. Now, as I was being cornered, somebody came to my rescue. Her name is Natasha Gillette. Do you know why I remember her name? Because I don't just think of her as a black person who came to my rescue, because she's valuable to me, so I know her name. I remember her name all these years because she came up and she said, "What are you doing? She's doing nothing wrong. Why are you bothering her?" And the thing that was powerful about her saying that was her group of friends. She was standing up to her own community, saying what you are doing is wrong. And so if you are out here and you are white, and you see that someone is treating someone of color wrongly, you need to speak up. That one person, her name was Natasha Gillette. I've never been able to get in touch with her after that point, But I am so grateful for her because she taught me a lesson. You can stand up for what is wrong, and that one person, the one person standing up for what's right, one person showing up when it counts, that is power for change. And I want to challenge you today that you don't just show up for this, but when it counts, every day as you're interacting with people in the community, that you would speak up for what is right. And that one act will empower the entire community. Thank you very much.
I brought 2 poems to share. When I was a child, I learned to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But these days, I've been counting lives. So I count 1 life, 1 life, 1 life, 1 life, 1 life. Because each time is the first time that life has been taken. Legitimate target has 16 letters and 1 long, abominable space between 2 dehumanizing words. That was an excerpt from The Pedagogy of Conflict by Patrick Otuma. And on the subject of counting, I asked the question, if a black person is killed in America and no one is around to film it, does it count? We are gathering here and across this violent nation to assert that it does. This is a poem of my own. Can't seem to get free. Keep trying to take me. Held down so long, see? My neck and their knee. Gasping the same plea. New York, and now me. Hung from a new tree in Mississippi. Let me be free, O Lord, from the ground I'm on. Relieve me of this pressure, that I may rise. Let me walk in my skin from this chokehold I'm in. Free me from the pressure. Let me rise. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Leanna. I'm a graduate from San Luis Obispo High School. Currently, I attend Aquesta College. I partially grew up here. I have 5 handsome, intelligent black brothers that I live here as well. Their ages range from 16 to 24 years old. I am not here just to tell you about the difficulties growing up black in San Luis Obispo. It's one of the toughest things that we have to overcome. We originally moved here from San Bernardino County with my mom for new beginnings and new opportunities. Unfortunately, we are still looking for those opportunities that I have witnessed the white kids I grew up with accessing. Us black and brown kids here in SLO are struggling. We already have 0 privilege. So I want to draw a connection. My family and I were extremely different. We've experienced racism, oppression, and microaggression in every school we have attended. We have spoken out, we have spoken up. I've been in ASB,
I've been in student representative meetings. Nothing has changed. I say nothing has changed. These instances of racism have been so frequent, often are so slick that I refuse to begin a list with. I see our country burning. It is a cry for help. I feel flames in my heart. What do you expect? Literally, what do you expect? The system has failed me in my community. Every day my brothers have a target on their back. Who is to decide how I should express my pain? It is not for you to tell me how to feel and how to respond and how to react. We are already taking enough. No one is listening. Will I have to give? This speech again in a year. This has been going on since they first put chains on us black folks. And yes, I am talking about San Luis Obispo. What does it take? I'm talking to San Luis. What does it take? What do you expect? We've been dealing with this for centuries. We've been walking with Martin Luther King since 1960s. This is 2020. This is a new decade. This is a new era. I want everybody, especially with white privilege, brown folks, Asians, everybody all over the world to speak up. Black Lives Matter.
Looking out and seeing how many faces, how many people chose to take time out of their day to come out and support. It means the world to someone like me, to black people, to see white support from anybody, Asians, Latinos, Middle Eastern, people in general. But I gotta be honest, I'm in pain. I've been in pain. I've been looking for the right words to say, the right thing to say to make light of everything that's happened, that keeps happening, over and over and over again. The same things shared, the same comments shared. This time will be enough. The next time will be enough. But this next time will be enough. Still yet, we see no repercussion. The same damn system playing over and over again. I want to share my experience with being a black male. What it's like to hear about another black male being shot, or killed, or suffocated by someone who's supposed to protect and serve that community. See, I don't just see the Floyds, the Arbery's. I don't see the Gardners. I see my brother. I see my uncles. I see my father. I see my sisters. I see my mother. And that damn sure is the same sentiment that they feel each and every time. I gotta be honest about another thing too. Someone asked me what it was like to be black. And I still have the same answer for them. I love it. It's dope. But I have to address something that's just as painful. I'm terrified. I would love to be able to go out for a walk or a damn jog in my own damn neighborhood without having to worry about someone pulling up in their pickup truck and thinking something of me because they chose to see the color of my skin before they saw me as a damn person. I'm scared to dress a certain way because I'm afraid of ruffling feathers of people who just don't have open minds, so they might think something of me because they chose to see the color of my skin and my genes before they saw me as a damn person. I'm terrified just to be me, to simply be me. The beautiful gift that the universe, God has created, blessed this earth with. And I know many of you all feel the same exact way, and that's why you're here. But I just have a question. You know, it wasn't enough for Rodney King to see that, to document it. It wasn't enough to see Mike Brown have it documented. It wasn't enough to see Eric Gardner documented. Man saying, "I can't breathe." Years later, George Floyd saying the same exact damn thing in a similar type of situation. So I have a question. You can answer it for yourself. I've answered it for me. When is enough going to finally be enough?
Hello everyone, my name is Alia, and I just want to share some reflections after protesting here on Thursday and yesterday in Los Angeles County, and then lead y'all into an African libation ceremony and a moment of silence. So before I begin, can we all just take a collective deep breath together? Deep inhale in, and exhale, sighing out through the mouth. We're dying. We're being murdered, and we don't even get a chance to mourn. Instead, the media shows fires and looting. Yesterday, I walked nearly 12 miles through the peaceful protests in Los Angeles, playing the drums, dancing, and spreading joy. Still, cops pointed their guns at me. A white man that lived in the neighborhood attacked me. And later, I was called a thug on the media. But don't be fooled. We danced, cried, laughed, and made music while LAPD incited violence. So we chant, pour libations, and burn incense for our newly welcomed ancestors, even in San Luis Obispo, aka the happiest city in the world. Protesting is as old as humanity. It's a spiritual practice and a byproduct of our endless yearning for liberation. And I just want to remind y'all, we are all connected. Therefore, until Black people are free, no one is free. And I want to remind y'all that liberation is our natural state. Vitality is our natural state. Joy is our natural state. It is not having our neck stepped on live television. Why do we live in a world that denies us of these basic parts of ourselves? So I have a message for you all, non-Black people of color, white allies and accomplices, the non-political, everyone that's here today. I want to encourage y'all to think of the ways that you can contribute to Black liberation, vitality, and joy, which is in turn your own liberation, vitality, and joy. I want to ask y'all, what can you do for the liberation? What can you do for the revolution? What kindness, resources, and ability and with people who look like you. What can you say? This is a call-in. I'm not pointing my finger, and I'm over being angry. My people are dying, and we're being shown over and over and over again. I'm being shown that it's a crime to exist, and I'm tired. So for those of you who don't walk around with a target on your back, what can you do for justice? What risks are you willing to take? How uncomfortable are you willing to be? And with that, I would like to welcome in an African libation ceremony to welcome in all of these new ancestors that lost their lives too soon to state violence. So I want to ask y'all to all repeat after me, if you feel comfortable doing so. Supreme Being,
Supreme Being,
all powerful, Supreme Creator, the Great Designer, Mother Earth, and our ancestors. This is Aliyah, you can say your own name, calling. And I'm calling in for a safe welcome into the heaven spirit, into the stars, for these people who were lost. And I'm calling in for protection of all the protesters who are out there around the United States, risking their lives. And I'm calling in protection for the communities and all the Black folks who live here. And I want y'all all to say Nasa, Nasa, Nasa. It means drink. Nasa,
Sa,
Nasa,
Nasa,
Nasa. Madasi, 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 Pa.
Madasi, Madasi, Madasi.
And now I know it may be uncomfortable, but none of us can imagine the discomfort of having a knee on our neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So I want to ask y'all, if you have a cell phone, if you can just turn on your flashlight as if we're lighting candles for George Floyd, and join me in a moment of silence for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.